got a nice little appetizer for our first postseason NHL slate on DraftKings. Only 2 games today. Islanders and Hurricanes, Maple Leafs and Bruins. So this is going to be a pretty quick video with only 4 teams to potentially target on today's slate. The top offense belongs to Boston against Toronto, but the Maple Leafs do have the second best offense. So that game looks like the game to target for your stacks. Boston 1 being my top option, Toronto 2 being my second option. Look for even strength and power play correlation. Because it's a 2-game slate, feel free to go to third lines or look at power play 2 lines to find some stacks there in an effort to be different on today's slate. The Islanders are not in a good spot. I'm assuming Freddie Andersen gets the start. He's been awesome since he's come back this year. It's a much smaller sample size than every other goalie, though, since he missed a good chunk of the season. So keep that in mind. But he's been incredible since he's come back and started for the Hurricanes, which is why the Islanders have such a terrible targetability rating. Plus, the Islanders just aren't really an offensive powerhouse. You can see even their expected goals for is under 3. And Carolina's, in addition to having Anderson playing well, they're a solid defensive team too. So there's no one I want to target on the Islanders from a stack perspective. However, Carolina gets their shots blocked at one of the highest rates in the league, and the Islanders block shots at one of the highest rates in the league, which means that we can look to Romanov, Bortuzzo, and Pelech for the Islanders defensemen as a cheap way to try to hit that shot block bonus and then fit in our Boston and Toronto expensive stacks. And that's kind of the strategy I'm going to employ today. Start with Boston and Toronto skaters. Use Romanov, Bortuzzo, Pelech. I have no problem with using 2 of those guys as a way to save some salary. And then in goal, obviously the perfect matchup would be Freddie Andersen. But if you're stacking Toronto and Boston, the only 2 options are Andersen or Varlamov. So if you can't afford Andersen, then go with Varlamov. Or if you want to be different, stack Carolina, maybe Carolina and Boston. You can play whoever starts for Boston, whether it's Allmark or Swayman. But keep in mind, on a 2-game slate, feel free to be as crazy as you want with one-offs or larger than normal stacks or going down to power play 2 or line 3 to get your stack combinations. And as always, I will update if we get a change in goalie, and it might affect our targetability ratings. So keep in mind that could change before the slate locks tonight. 2 gamers, so there's not really much else to talk about. Hopefully this helps, and good luck tonight.